Welcome back to my channel Lomzy Sews. In today's sewing tutorial, I will show you how to cut and sew a 1080-degree peplum flare. If that's what you're looking for, then continue watching till the end to see how I cut and sew this. In my previous videos, I've shared how to cut 180-degree flare, 90-degree, 360-degree, 720-degree, and 1440-degree circle flare. I'll drop the links to them in the description section. So today we are going to cut and sew this 270-degree circle flare, also known as 3/4 circle flare or 270-degree circle peplum flare. To cut this, you will need your main fabric. I'm using African print to cut this, and I'll also need lining fabric. You also need an interfacing. Here I have the medium paper gum stay. We call it paper gum stay in Nigeria because it looks like paper. It has a soft one, very soft one, and this one is the next to it. I'll be using only this interfacing. I'm not going to use Crinoline. And also you'll be needing a calculator. Very important. If you don't have a calculator, you can as well use your phone for this, because we are going to be doing a little math before we cut this circle flare. So guys, we need two things. You need the length of the skirt and the circumference of the skirt. To get the length of the skirt, if you're making this for a blouse, if that means, let's say your blouse length is 26 inches, you're going to minus 26 inches minus the half length. So in my own case, my half length is 17 inches. Minus 17 plus minus 26 will have 9 inches. And then you add 1 inch for this, for joining allowance, half inch for the upper side and half inch to hem the lower part. And 9 plus 1 will give us 10 inches. So 10 inches is the length of the skirt. For the circumference of the skirt, we are going to be getting a radius. Now let me draw a circle. This is what radius is. This circumference is radius. We are going to divide that into 4 so that it will be easy for you to note this. So this circumference is 360, and this is how we got the 360-degree peplum flare. So if you divide this circumference into 4, this is how you're going to get each degree. So let me number this 1, 2, 3, 4, meaning we have 4 quarters to make up the 360. So for us to get the 270-degree flare or 3/4 degree flare or 1040-degree flare, it's going to be 1, 2, 3 of these quarters. I hope you understand what I mean. So now for us to get the waist circumference, the waist circumference we're using is 34 inches. We're going to divide this by 6.28. Guys, this is standard. This is how to get a 360-degree peplum flare. So if I divide 34 by 6.28, I will have 5.4. So for us to get the 270-degree or 1040, you're going to divide whatever you have gotten by 3. So 5.4 divided by 3, I'll get 1.8. Now this 1.8 is the circumference of our waistline. So the skirt length is 10 inches and the circumference is 1.8. So you go ahead and add these two together to know the length of the circumference of the skirt we are making. 10 plus 1.8 will give us 11.8. So you can approximate this to 12 inches. Guys, if you have noticed, you will see that I didn't add any sewing allowance to this radius, because by the time you're done cutting it, you will have allowance that the joining allowance. So make sure you're not going to add any other joining allowance. I like to add my interfacing to my fabric before I start cutting the circles. So as you can see, I have fused my interfacing to my fabric. So I will show you how we are going to measure the fabric to cut out the circle. First, you're going to get the radius of the skirt, which is 2 inches plus the 10 inches. I changed my mind and made mine 12 inches. So you're going to get all of them together. That is the 2 inches plus the length of the skirt. You fold it into 2 and then you fold it again into 4 like this. So as you can see, is in 4 places. So as you can see, this side is the side unfold like this, and this side is also unfold. So you're going to cut out on the side that is unfold. You're going to get the radius and the length of the skirt. So I'm going to measure out the 2 inches first, the 2 inches radius for the skirt. Remember, I had to approximate 1.8 to 2 inches. So you're going to get 2 inches. And also for the length of the skirt, I changed my mind and made it 12 inches. The length of the skirt is 11 and 1 inch for sewing allowance. So 2 plus 12 will be 14 inches. So I'm taking 14 inches round. If you have watched this video till this time, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if this is your first time, or if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notification bell icon. I want to appreciate my returning subscribers. I want to use this opportunity to thank Susan. I appreciate all your likes and comments. So as you can see, guys, I have taken all the measurements. I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. I'll go ahead and cut open one side of this, and then I'm going to use this to cut out the lining. As you can see, I have also fused my lining, so I'll go ahead and place this on the lining as you see me do. So this first one that we have cut out now, we'll use it as the pattern. So as you can see how they are, I'm going to cut 3 pieces of the main fabric and 3 pieces of the lining. Don't forget to cut open the lining piece. I will also use this and place on the other fabrics to cut out the remaining 3 pieces. 3 pieces for the lining piece and 3 pieces for the main fabric. So these are all the 3 pieces for the main fabric, and remember, I have also cut open all the one side of the circles. I also did the same thing on the lining piece. So this is the 3 pieces for the lining, and I have also cut them open, as you can see. So now I'm going to go ahead and set 2 aside, and we work on them separately. You're going to place this together like this. This way it will be very easy for you to sew this, guys, and you have a very clean finished circle. So I'll go ahead and sew this round and turn it over like this, and I'm going to understitch it, and then you iron it properly. I'll go ahead and do this on all the 3 pieces of them. So I'm going to have 3 pieces once I'm done sewing all of them. These are all the 3 pieces, as you can see. Make sure you iron them properly before you go over to this next step. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to place this fabric to fabric and lining to lining. Make sure they are lined properly so you sew it straight. So this is it after joining all the three pieces. As you can see how full it is. Can you guys see how it is? So if you want, you can add crinoline to yours, but I didn't want to add crinoline to mine. So I'll go ahead and add this to my top because I'm making a peplum top with it. So we have come to the end of today's sewing tutorial. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like. I'll see you guys in my next video.